All right. Welcome to the Refrigerated Diaries. We got a special near and dear guest here. I want to kind of lay the groundwork for this. So last year, I remember everyone reaching out to me. Hey man, you gotta you know these dinners that are happening around the city, man. You gotta go to one. It's for the movement, man. It's pushing the culture. They're real nice. They're real elegant. Everything's well put together. And what was so cool about this was just this was coming from so many different groups of people that I didn't even know would interact with each other outside of like meeting at this dinner, man. So good job. We got Justice, a part of the exchange here.
What up? What up?
How you doing, brother?
Can't complain, man. I'm good.
Good.
Good to be here.
So appreciate you coming on here. We want to kind of talk a little. We got a little special announcement that we're going to make here, but why don't you kind of walk us through, like, where did the exchange come from? Like, what kind of led to the exchange happening?
It was just well, it's a pop up right now, and so what we do 5-course dinners. We do wine pairings with them, cocktail pairings. We do stuff like casual stuff like barbecues. It got started just when I found out what a pop up was. I wanted to give one a try, and our executive chef Devontae, I known him before I was even doing any of this stuff, and I knew that he cooked, and that was pretty much it. I wanted to find someone that I knew that could do the food aspect, and I actually knew his older brother better. We played football together at Wayne State, and that was how I met Devontae. I reached out to him and got Devontae's information, and that was pretty much it. It was a lot of chemistry. Everything just worked out really well. I mean, I got his number. I called him up. By the end of the day, we were meeting up at a bar, and then we put together a menu.
Okay. And for those that you guys both have accolades as well. I mean, you've accomplished, would you call you drink smith, blacksmith, purveyor of the drinks, spirits, cocktails, and then you've also ran some programs as well throughout the city. If you've ever drinking in any of these places like DCD, amongst others, you've probably had something to do with the drink cocktails there.
Yeah, I've been a little bit everywhere.
Yeah, a little bit. And then Devontae as well. He's one of the youngest executive chefs in the city, having camped in places like Savannah Blue, 24 Grill, and a few others. So, and then you also have Chef Gage, who's opening up a restaurant as we speak right now.
Yep.
Right. So quite the pairing of minds that have come together for the benefit of food. And where did the name of the exchange come from? I love that name.
That's like it's a nod to like just black people in the restaurant industry. There's a guy that I know. I don't know if you know but he's somebody that kind of helped me out when I got started bartending. He taught me a lot of stuff that I know now, and he always put me hip to like the cultural, racial stuff that is around like bartending in particular. Basically saying like black people have been bartending at a high level and been doing the craft cocktail stuff. It's not what you see out here now, especially when we first got started doing it. You didn't really see it much. But he would talk about a guy named Cato Alexander, who was one of the first, if not the first, celebrity bartender, African American. And there was a bar, not his bar, but it was a bar called, I want to say it was called the Steamboatman's Exchange. But it was just,
what was the name of that bartender?
Cato Alexander.
Cato Alexander.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was a slave. He bought his freedom, with money that he made bartending. And
That's
then
amazing.
He opened up a bar, became known for like making, I want to say, making juleps.
Okay.
Became known for making, known for making that cocktail. And then they burnt the bar down. He built it back up. It was like a whole thing. So the name is pretty much just a nod to a time when, it was common for black people to be bartending and doing this stuff. Because now it's kind of like surprising when people see us doing this, but it's not. This is not something that's new to us. Basically,
All right.
it's a nod to that. Yeah,
Okay.
to that idea.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I know we're kind of giving a little bit of preview here, but as you guys kind of sat down and put together the thoughts of the exchange, what were there any identifying things that you guys said this is what's going to be part of our reason for existence?
Yeah, we definitely wanted to. I mean, yeah, that kind of like goes right into that. Just to wanted to show anybody that because it's not, especially if you get used to like going around cocktail bars and stuff or the like nicer restaurants that are opening up, you don't expect it to be owned and staffed by people that look like us. And so there's a little bit of that, and just because it's necessary. There's so much going on in the city. There's so much opening up, and a lot of the actual people that live out in the city are kind of getting left behind and don't feel welcome. Even though, I mean, obviously they're not like saying you can't come in, but just the vibe just doesn't. I mean, you come out here, they're playing like Britney Spears and stuff. People that are from out here might be like, what's going on?
Right.
So it's kind of like a way to bring the same level, but just make it a more approachable vibe and make it so
Right.
you can just come in and enjoy the same stuff, but you still feel like you're
You know what?
in your city.
That's absolutely fair. There's a lot of times when you go to a neighborhood bar, and you figure the expectation would be that there would be some type of affordable domestic, because the surrounding neighborhood has a
Yeah.
income of like 20K for the household or 30K for the household. So you want to kind of take into account affordability. And accessibility as well. Access is something that's far too often ignored. So let's kind of go into a little bit of history with you, man. Like you've been in the city for how long now?
I got out here in 2010.
Okay, 2010. Where are you coming from?
I got out here. I'm from Ypsilanti. I played football and got a scholarship. I was at Central Michigan and I transferred over here after some stuff.
Okay, yeah, we won't go into it. Yeah,
I transferred to Wayne State, and then I was just playing ball out there for 5 years, bouncing at like old Chile's and wherever.
Yeah.
I had a chance to get some money, and that was kind of how I got introduced to the industry as a whole.
Right.
And figured I'd try bartending, and I ended up getting a shot as a busboy at the Grill Midtown, and that's where I met O. Mm-hmm. That's where I met Chuck, a couple other people.
Okay.
This is right before they opened the distillery. I went over there.
Yeah.
And Chuck actually gave me a shot to actually bartend over there, and then from there I was just meeting people in the industry and opening something here. I was opening something there and working, and
that's amazing.
Helping out, learning from everybody. So they kind of just snowballed into this.
Right. And a lot of times you have to kind of take the initiative too, because take it from me. I also was a bouncer and had to run that route. And a lot of those guys, they don't say, okay, how do I expand diversify my bonds, right? Like quote the rest.
Like, what else?
What next? What next, right? So for you to be able now being part owner of something that's growing and very tangible and real, having been coming from a bouncer standpoint, that's an amazing accomplishment, man. So
thank you.
I understand that you've been also kind of working on your own kind of things, right? Like can we expect like a Justice cocktail book out here in the future?
I don't know about a book, but I mean, whenever we do anything that involves cocktails and wine, it's definitely inspired by me or completely created by me, and I definitely put my stamp on all the cocktails and use all the beverages. I'm the beverage director for the pop-up, so everything that you drink is something that's been inspired or thought up by me.
Yeah.
Or with me and a couple of other people.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily thinking about a book, but I've definitely tried to put my best foot forward with everything that I do. So it's distinct.
So do you find yourself going on like kicks? Like the other day, I've been like playing around with a lot of watermelon and pineapple. So I just got like pineapple, watermelon, everything around the crib right now. Like this is all I'm on.
Yeah, you just find something that's kind of like inspiring flavor, and then kind of just find a bunch of different stuff to do with it and what might work. That's pretty much how I go about making cocktails. I try to expose myself to different stuff. It could be verjus or a certain type of wine. It could be aloe water or something like that. And I'll just try different applications of it and see what I like. Just looking in books, just finding stuff that I don't know, and
Okay.
something that might sound interesting. I'll see about it, and then I might try 10 different things with it. 8 of them might suck, and then 2 of them might branch off into something else. But this is all a snowball. Everything just turns into something.
So last week, well, this is a random question, but I am curious. What were like some things that you had for dinner, breakfast, and lunch that you kind of like call out or shout out to the week?
Oh, recently?
Yeah.
I eat at. I mean, it doesn't even have to be the week. I eat at Ema.
Okay.
I'd say I eat at Ema probably like once a week. I eat at Dime Store when I wake up, usually like around 1. Not really breakfast, but it's the first meal pretty often.
Are you getting in the dime store on time? Like
I get in there. I mean, sometimes I'll go and they'll say that there's like a crazy wait. If I don't have anything to do, I might sit around and wait. Sometimes I'll go in there and there might be a rush kind of clearing out.
How good they are. They got good food,
It's
good service.
hell,
You wait for it. It's
good as hell.
trying to tell you, people, take notes.
It's worth it. I mean, you're not waiting on the service. I mean, you really just waiting on people to get done. So, I mean, it's not like you're waiting. I mean, when you get in there, you get sat, you good to go.
It's going down. All right.
I love that place, man. That and Ema is always, it just feels good.
Yeah,
it feels good to eat that stuff, man.
It is
Curry
pretty.
Udon is out of control.
It is pretty solid. So, kind of when you guys first started, you guys are like going to be doing a couple different things soon that we got on the map here. But when you guys first started, what was that process like, and then how did it start to change?
In terms of what, like events and stuff, pop-ups that we did?
Yeah.
We would always start, the hardest part is always finding a venue. So we would find places, whether it was the distillery or, anywhere, wherever we'd be at, Queen's Bar. And then we would see what possibilities we had in there, what equipment they had, what they don't have, what we had that we could bring in, and then pretty much work from there. So the first one that we did was like just a steak dinner. We kept it pretty simple. It was just steaks, 4 courses featuring a steak dinner. I did 4 cocktails and like a punch. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll look at what they have. When we secure a venue, we'll look at what they've got, and we'll see how we can use that and how we can turn it into what we're envisioning, whether it's possible to do a 4 or 5 course dinner, whether it would make more sense to do something that's a la carte, kind of strolling, and pretty much just take it from there. But
Okay. Man, so there's a lot of moving parts there.
yeah,
What's the typical turnaround time for you guys? Like, how long does it usually take?
to get like a menu out, not long, within a week. I mean, the first one that we did, like I said, that took like we met. This is after I haven't talked to Devontae in like probably a year at least, and I didn't have his phone number. I got his phone number from his brother, and by the end of the day, we were meeting at Detroit City Distillery, and then within 2 hours we had a 4-course meal planned out.
Okay.
And then we were selling
You
tickets.
guys are some doers.
Yeah, we were selling tickets the next day.
Okay,
So,
I like that. That's amazing. All right, so we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to dive into what you do at home.
All right.
All right.
No phone call yet? Letting you know.
Yeah, he's probably just like whatever.
Yeah.
This is Tom's first day of football practice, so
Oh, God.
All invested.
and he's gonna be coaching too, so he's probably doing all kinds of stuff. So I wasn't when he said that he was gonna be coaching. I was like, I wasn't expecting him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
think so either. No, just in case. So, where are the places you're at right now?
I'm only at Queens.
Just at Queen?
Yeah,
Man, they make money up in there.
yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's a lot, man. The days that I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They made me work Wednesdays now, but those 6 hours between 11 to 3 or 11 to 2 on Friday and Saturday are like stressful as fuck. The rest of it's cool.
How much are you bringing in, though?
On a shift? Usually like The Friday and Saturday shifts are actually like a little bit less money because it's for bartenders, but you still get like 350. During the week, you probably get like 3 or 4, something like that. So you only really need like three shifts or whatever. Especially if you're working weekend shifts, you don't want a whole lot because that shit is draining, man. Like when I come in on Sundays after working Friday and Saturday, I'm like half of me. It's just hard, man. My mind is still racing.
You tell me you can do somewhere around like 4K in tips alone, working 3 days a week.
In a month, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's just so I make sure I like putting some money away, try to make some plans, some long term plans for getting a mortgage, getting a house, doing all that stuff. I was just talking to somebody today about why I can't get a house because you gotta be, if you're like bartending, they want you to be on the job for longer than normal because you're getting paid off of tips.
Right.
Which is kind of whack. I wish I would have known that.
Yeah, man. Do you feel comfortable talking about the woes of the restaurant industry and stuff that people don't know about? I don't have to go into so much detail about that because being a mortgage banker, I know that struggle as well.
Yeah, I'll talk about whatever. You talk about just like dealing with the people and just being tired and the hours and the whole shebang.
It's behind the food. Just to make sure we're on the air. There's a camera right here, so you don't say anything you don't want on the internet.
Yeah.
But to this month was the first month that I have been able to pay rent living with Megan.
Yeah.
She's been covering all the bills since we started this Young Village venture together when I moved in with her. And so it's been really joyous to be able to now be at a point where I can at least put half on a rent check.
Yeah.
I've still got utilities and all that other stuff. But the restaurant industry is like hard, man.
It's tough. It's easy, like when you come into it, you're single, it's whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, cool, this is, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get a girlfriend or something. I got a kid, so he wasn't there when I started doing this stuff.
Benefits and all those
like,
things.
Dang, man, this is crazy.
Healthcare and all right. Coming back on.
40 and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, we are back on the air here. So we are going to be doing a dinner at Yum Village with the Exchange, and I am very, very excited about it. I can't wait to kind of talk a little bit about some of the menu items that we have here. I'm going to only do a quick little preview, but before I go into that, let's kind of talk about these qualms with the restaurant industry here. So this month of August is very special. This is the first month that I've been able to be an equally contributing member of our household. Some of you may not know, but Megan has taken it upon herself to help out with all of the household responsibilities that relates to finances, such as rent and things like that, so that all of the money incurred on my end could go right back into the business as a partnership. That being said, we're now at a point where I could positively contribute and happily be about that. But it got me thinking, Justice and I talking here, Justice, part owner of, part founder of The Exchange, about the restaurant industry in a whole, man. I was a mortgage banker for a couple years, and one of the biggest issues was that people in the industry couldn't necessarily qualify for a lot of things, because of the poor state of income as it is now, being tipped workers or just having a lot of the inconsistency around when your hours can be scheduled, or the necessities of the business. It's like the NBA in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. It is just the way you get paid. Like Like I was just, I didn't know you. I didn't know that was a. I didn't mean to do that, but yeah, like just the pay structure, the tips, the claiming of the tips, and it's cool. You get cash. You don't have to claim it. You do claim it. Whatever. You get a check. You don't get a check. Then when you want to try to do something real, like get a credit card through your bank, get a mortgage through your bank. Two things that I was trying to do within the last 2 weeks. I had to. This is my third time applying. I got it, a credit card, but you don't think about claiming tips at 4 in the morning. You just put a number in, whatever, and then you get out of there, and then try to get a credit card or something, or anything that requires proof of income. You get them. You track down some pay stubs, and they're like, so you only make $5 an hour. It's like, what was it? I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know.
That's what
like,
it
you
says.
said you needed pay stubs. Here you go.
Right.
So I never even taught me out. Now I could look closer at my pay stubs and what it means when I'm putting the numbers in. It's kind of weird not having thought about that stuff this whole time, but I mean,
you know what?
When you just got the cash in your pocket, it's like I don't care what I put in this computer, it's whatever.
It's
now you get older, all that stuff starts to bite you in the ass, just like they tell you it will.
right. My father used to tell me it's like application in youth makes for an easy retirement, and so I think a lot about that.
That's true. I
like,
am starting to think that way a little bit now. Like, damn, like
it makes sense. Like, what can be done here? So we're gonna pause that real quick. Get to this first little arrangement here. We got 5 courses, all gonna get paired by yours truly here, the Brother Justice.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a combination with myself and Devontae. We've got an embodiment of French, African, Caribbean, Southern cooking with a fine dine element. Something that we haven't had a chance to do in a while, and something that I'm so excited to be a part of. What time are folks going to be getting into this dinner?
I want to say that we're gonna the actual dinner is gonna start around. I want to say it's gonna start at 6. We should have people coming in probably around like 3 or 4.
Yeah,
little cocktail hours, kind of like casual. So if you don't want to commit to paying the price of the whole ticket and the whole 5-course experience with the cocktails, you just come in and enjoy the vibe for a little while.
Okay.
Enjoy some small bites, a drink or two.
Yeah. All right. So that's dope. So you get a chance to come hang out, kick it. Get to mingle on the Young Village scene. We get down with the exchange, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, should the night continue, we slow it down. What is that? What they used to call that? The quiet storm.
Yeah.
We go into quiet storm mode.
Quiet storm, nice and intimate.
Right. And then
some candles going.
Right. Put candles out and really break it down with the 5 courses and really get everyone on the same page.
Yeah.
All right. I like that. So when you see yourself in the next year or so coming out, what are some of the things that you kind of see yourself focusing on?
You talking just career wise or just the whole shebang, the whole thing?
I'm always curious, like what the end goal is, what the end state is, because see, trade's interesting, for it's a matter of perspective. Like I was in Chicago for a little bit, and you get like so little for so much money, living in a box, and a lot of cities are starting to be that way, but Detroit is one of those places where, a whisper still gets in the news. It can still make it. So there's a lot of opportunity here, despite all the other musings on the wall that we hear about.
Yeah. I think about what I want to do a year from now actually pretty often. Where I want to be in a year, it kind of helps me stay focused and guided in one direction. Well, we want to be a brick and mortar, so I definitely want to have a lot more questions answered and know a lot more about what I got to do and what we got to do to move in the right directions in terms of that. Motor City Match funding and like have a complete business plan. Like there's a lot of stuff that we haven't done. We kind of just been running the court a little bit. We just got the LLC and all that stuff together. So we just really just starting to tighten everything up and move more organized. And I guess pretty much just from a business standpoint, have all that stuff streamlined and have some systems in place. And I don't want to take focus away from the actual product and what we do, but I think that we pretty much have that to a point where we can start focusing on other stuff, especially if we're talking about moving to where we're trying to move toward. And yeah, pretty much that. Personally, let's talk about want to have a house. I don't know if I'm gonna have it in a year, but I definitely want to have probably secured a mortgage or something by then. I got to spend a little bit more time on the job. I just had a conversation earlier today, actually, with somebody basically saying that when you get paid in tips, you got to be on the job longer than what they would ask for someone that gets paid in a more traditional salary or hourly, I guess, which I wasn't aware of. So I got to make some more money, spend some more time on the job, and then I can knock that out.
Yeah, that sounds like what it sounds like, man. You know, I think too, like for what you're doing is the right path. Like I can tell you, when we first started like doing the Young Village thing here, one of the hardest lessons I had to learn was that I just had to learn how to operate. You know, like a lot of times you just don't know until you go through it, and even as you like. As we like look at us in our opening, we were like 5 months, 6 months or so being open, and just in terms of like the cadence or the pacing of guests and what's required and all that, you know, it changes with your day to day. So
yeah, once those doors open, it's a new day.
It is. So I like what you guys got going on. We'll kind of like talk a little bit, you guys. We can't like drop the location just yet, but you guys are going to be opening up here on a more consistent basis now, right?
Yeah.
At least
that's the plan.
At least as I understand, you'll be doing a weekly in a consistent location, and then from there, folks are going to start being able to get some delivery from you guys.
Yeah, we're looking at doing some Grubhub, Uber Eats stuff, and just being more consistent. Just we get a lot of people inquiring about where are you going to do this next. They've heard about it or maybe seen pictures. They think they were a brick and mortar somewhere. We have to explain to them that we're pop-ups. They might not know what a pop-up is.
And that food must be good, man.
That's the whole thing. It is good, man. It's good.
Yeah.
It definitely moves. So it'll be good, man, to be in one spot where we can tell people when and where on a regular basis. So it's not so, we'll be here Thursday, we'll be here Monday, but we'll be doing this. We'll be doing this again not until next month. And
okay.
So it'll be cool to have a little bit more consistency so people that want to come out and try something will be able to, follow us and know where to find us.
I think that sounds great. Now, are you going to be doing like version cocktails as part of it as well? Or are you going to be like kind of selling like specialized?
Yeah, definitely. As long as it's something that we can do in there, we'll always have cocktails involved.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, I find myself still like I've done recently pop-ups at the Will Show Bar. We're still looking to do pop-ups in other places, and we've been like going to the Ford plant and over at the McNamara here where the fire department is. Like, do you guys see yourselves doing any of that as well? Like, even when you get your consistent spot there, you guys?
I don't see why not. Just to get us out there and get us in front of everybody. In front of as many people as we can. We love doing pop-ups. I mean, that's pretty much all we do. I don't see it being in a brick and mortar stopping us from wanting to still expand and be out there. It's always better to be in more than one place.
Okay,
so,
I got you.
In front of new people.
So what you eating at home, man? What's got the diet going?
I eat. I've been trying to change my diet. I've been kind of eating not at home. I'm always out doing stuff, so that's why I was saying I eat at Even so much. I eat at Dime Store. I eat, wings.
Okay.
I go to Gus's all the time. I
told myself I was going to
I don't have a diet
Gus's.
that you should follow at all. It just, hasn't caught up to me too much lately. But I'm definitely looking into changing that. But I eat a
Saw
lot
that
of stuff
football
that
you were
I
playing.
shouldn't. Kind of work. It kind of is paying off in terms of that, I guess. It gave me like a head start, but I definitely got to start
Gotcha.
getting into some salads or something. I don't know, some just better stuff.
All right.
But I have no self control, so I gotta get back in the gym and make sure I'm doing something about it because I don't have any. I don't know.
All right.
I like what I like, man,
Hey.
and I like it. I like a lot of it. So
And the folks, you guys are going to like what you like when you see us on the 18th. We're going to be putting it down. So once again, we're going to have a little hangout, like a little after brunch delight, we'll call it. And then we'll go into quiet storm mode with the dinner here. So it's on the 18th. I'll be able to purchase tickets through Eventbrite. That a portion is going to be from 3 to 6. And then 6 o'clock we'll be sitting down for that Sunday night dinner with the exchange at Yum Village here. Where can people kind of get a hold of you if they want to kind of talk more justice?
we're on Facebook and Instagram. Just Exchange Detroit. Just Facebook, Instagram / Exchange Detroit. We're on there every day. You can respond to messages. You can email us, exchangedetroit@gmail.com. And we'll see it all. So if you got any questions about anything or whatever, catering, all catering inquiries,
Event
all that
planning.
stuff, whatever it is. And,
Whatever it is.
you can just get with us on there, any 3 of those platforms, and we'll get with you.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming on, brother.
Thank
I
you, man.
appreciate you.
You already know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. When we see you next time, we'll be talking more what's in your RD. Look forward to seeing you guys at that dinner here with the Exchange at Yum Village on August 18th. Tickets on sale on Eventbrite, on the Exchange platforms, on the Yum Village platforms, and through the Free Press.